Hello students, welcome back to online teaching classes. Today we are going to study the 7th chapter of First Flight, Glimpses of India. This chapter is divided into 3 parts. First part, A Baker from Goa. Second part, Korg. We have already studied in our previous video. Now in this video, we are going to study the third part, Tea from Assam, written by Arup Kumar Datta. Arup Kumar Datta was born in 1946 at Jorhat in Assam. He was educated at Sanawar and at Delhi University. He served as a professor in English for many years at JB College, Jorhat. His published works, The Adventure Stories 1978, The Brahmaputra 2001, have been translated into many foreign languages. Now, my dear students, before coming to the textbook, let us try to understand the theme of the story. In Tea from Assam, Arup Kumar Datta describes how popular tea has become as a beverage in the world. Over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. It shows the increasing popularity of tea. The lesson gives a graphic description of the sea of tea buses stretching as far as eye can go in Assam. The plucking of the newly sprouted leaves by groups of tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs are vividly described in the lesson. Now come to the text. Tea from Assam. Pranjal, a youngster from Assam, is Rajveer's classmate at school in Delhi. Pranjal's father is the manager of a tea garden in Upper Assam, and Pranjal has invited Rajveer to visit his home during the summer vacation. Chai garam, garam chai. A vendor called out in a high pitched voice. He came up to their window and asked, Chai Sahib, give us 2 cups, Pranjal said. They sipped the steaming hot liquid. Almost everyone in their compartment was drinking tea too. Do you know that over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world? Rajbir said. You, exclaimed Pranjal. That means Pranjal was surprised. Tea really is very popular. Here in the first paragraph of this chapter, the author describes the popularity of tea in India. You know that tea is very popular, not in India but throughout the world. But here, when we are talking about India, tea is very popular here. At every platforms of railway stations, you can hear vendors saying chai, chai, garam chai. You can find everyone in the compartment sipping the steam hot tea. Over 80 crore cups of tea are drunk every day throughout the world. Now, come to the next paragraph. The train pulled out of the station. Pranjal hurried his nose in his detective book again. Rajbir too was an ardent fan of detective stories, but at the moment he was keener on looking at the beautiful scenery. It was green, green everywhere. Rajbir had never seen so much greenery before. Then the soft green paddy fields gave way to tea buses. It was a magnificent view. Against the backdrop of densely wooded hills, a sea of tea buses stretched as far as the eye could see, dwarfing the tiny tea plants were tall, sturdy cedar trees, and amidst the orderly rows of buses busily moved doll like figures. In the distance was an ugly building with smoke billowing out of tall chimneys. Hey, a tea garden! Rajbir cried excitedly. Pranjal, who had been born and brought up on a plantation, didn't share Rajbir's excitement. Oh, this is a tea country now, he said. Assam has the largest concentration of plantations in the world. Now, my dear students, in the second paragraph, let us try to find out the meaning of some difficult words. Here, buses means shrubs, magnificent, that means grand, backdrop means background, densely means thickly, wooded hills means hills full of forests, dwarfing, that means dominating, tiny means very small, sturdy means strong, orderly means in a order, rows means lines. And billowing, that means puffing, chimneys, as you know that a pipe that emits smoke. Here in the second paragraph, the author describes about tea plantations. It means tea gardening. It was green, green everywhere. Rajbir had never seen so much greenery before. The green paddy fields gave way to tea buses. Small tea buses stretched as far as the eyes could see. Amid the tall, sturdy shady trees, there were rows, lines of tea buses. Pranjal was born and brought up on the plantation. It means he was born and brought up there only. So he was not excited to see the beautiful greenery of tea plantation. Assam has the largest concentration, that means expansion, or you can say that density of tea plantations gardening in the world. Now, come to the third paragraph. You will see enough gardens to last you a lifetime. I have been reading as much as I could about tea, Rajbir said. No one really knows who discovered, who found out tea, but there are many legends. Legends means mythological story or myths or old stories about tea. What legends? Well, there's the one about the Chinese emperor who always boiled water before drinking it. One day, a few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water, giving it a delicious flavor. It is said that they were tea leaves. Hearing this, tell me another. Scooped Pranjal. Scooped means here jeered. We have an Indian legend too. Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea, 10 tea plants grew out of the eyelids. This was also a myth. The leaves of these plants, when put into hot water and drunk, banished sleep. Tea was first drunk in China, Rajbir added, as far back as 2700 BC. In fact, words such as tea, chai, and chini are from Chinese. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century and was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. Now, in the third paragraph, the author tells about the origin of tea. No one really knows who discovered tea. One Chinese emperor had always boiled water before drinking it. A few leaves of the twigs burning under the pot fell into the water. It gave it a delicious flavor. It is said that they were tea leaves. According to an Indian legend, Bodhidharma, an ancient Buddhist ascetic, cut off his eyelids because he felt sleepy during meditations. 10 tea plants grew out of his eyelids, which was cut, which was cut by him. The leaves of the tea banished sleep. That means the sleep driven away. Tea was first drunk in China about 2700 BC. The words like chai and chini are from Chinese language. Tea came to Europe only in the 16th century. It was drunk more as medicine than as beverage. Now, the last paragraph. The train clattered into Mariani Junction. The boys collected their luggage and pushed their way to the crowded platform. Pranjal's parents were waiting for them. Soon they were driving towards Dekhiabari, the tea garden managed by Pranjal's father. An hour later, the car veered sharply off the main road. They crossed a cattle bridge and entered Dekhiabari tea estate. Cattle bridge means here a bridge built over a ditch. On both sides of the gravel road were acre upon acre of tea bushes, all neatly pruned to the same height. Groups of the tea pluckers with bamboo baskets on their backs, wearing plastic aprons, were plucking the newly sprouted leaves. Here, my dear students, let us try to know the meaning of some difficult words. Scoped means jeered. Ascetic means abstainer, non-drinker. Banished means finished or driven away. And beverage means here drink. Clattered, rattled. Weird means turned. Sharply means very fast. Gravel road means a road made of gravels and stones. Pruned means cut off. Pluckers means here those who pluck the tea leaves. Sprouted, that means put forth new leaves. And aprons means overcoats. Pranjal's father slowed down, that means decelerate, to allow a tractor pulling a trailer load of tea leaves to pass. This is the second flush or sprouting period. Isn't it, Mr. Barua? Rajbir asked. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. You seem to have done your homework before coming, Pranjal's father said in surprise. Yes, Mr. Barua, Rajbir admitted, accepted, but I hope to learn much more while I am here. Here in the fourth paragraph, the author describes about new sprouted leaves of tea. Acre upon acre of tea bushes were spread over the slopes. They were all pruned, cut off to the same height. Groups of tea pluckers with bamboo basket on their backs were plucking the newly sprouted bloomed leaves. A tractor was pulling a tractor was pulling a trailer load a trailer load of leaves. Rajiv asked if it was the second blush or flush of sprouting period. It lasts from May to July and yields the best tea. My dear students, it was all about the third part of this lesson, Glimpses of India, and I hope that you will read, go through the books and try to comprehend the textual meaning of the text. Thank you.